Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Markets overnight are just a little bit higher. Volume is down and volatility could be up after the USDA report on Friday. Wasn't too long ago in which a USDA report on acres caused the corn and soybean market to be limit up for a day. We've retraced a little bit of that trade, but it's still in the back of traders' minds. This report is on supply and demand, both U.S. and globally. The average guess for the corn carryout is 1379 million bushels versus the government's 1502. Average guess for the bean carryout is 118 versus the government's 120. And for wheat, 846 versus 836. I think in the corn, the first thing would be, will China raise China imports? Will that raise our export number, and will that lower the carryout? Some people are as low as 1,200. On the beans, USDA may consider the 120 number minimum pipeline, even though there's evidence that they could raise the crush and could even raise our export number that could put the carryout closer to 100. They may not show that on this report. And for the wheat, there really isn't anything news out that would make them lower the wheat carryout. As far as the individual fundamentals, the corn market continues to see a firmer basis in the domestic market, which is offering some support to the nearby corn versus new crop. Users are still trying to bid up for corn. I don't know if they have all of the corn they need between now and harvest. And the farmer's going to be in the field for the next 6 to 8 weeks, so there probably won't be a lot of cash selling. In order to get corn, you need to firm up the spreads to allow some of this elevator corn to move into the pipeline. In the beans, again, it's hard to buy beans right now for crush. Exports demand is pretty much slowed down to almost zero, but the export pace would suggest that the USDA is low on the export number. The big thing about the bean market, though, is that when you plug in for 21-22, the acres, record yield and demand, we even have a lower carryout than 100 million bushels. So we need to buy acres, and that's why there's probably good support underneath November beans at current price levels. And then the wheat, yesterday's Egypt tender showed that Russia was aggressively offering wheat for export at lower prices, which is negative to the wheat market. The Matif made new 2021 lows yesterday on that news. But we're still concerned about dryness in the northern plains, down the road some dryness in the southern plains, and Europe is cold right now, and really the Black Sea is okay, but they still have snow cover and probably won't get rid of that snow cover for a while. South American crops probably are going to be smaller, led by the Brazilian corn, and we'll see if that impacts prices. So in general, we're chopping around trading ranges near support, and I think that we'll be watching weather to see if we trade higher later in 2021 for corn and soybeans and even wheat. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day, and remember, always treat people like yourself would like to be treated.